She says, your story is what you have, what you will always have. It is something to own. Divya Mehrotra is a passionate believer in the power of women and has dedicated 2 decades of her career to make sure that women are supported and empowered. Recently, she ventured into the creative world, leaving behind her corporate career to pursue something more meaningful that she's passionate about. And as a Mandala therapist and mindful coach, she has held over 1,000 workshops for various genres of people across the globe. And let's talk to her about investing in mental wellness and why it is critical for personal and professional success in this generation. And you have tuned into the Guiding Voice podcast series. TGV, the Guiding Voice for a Better Future. Friends, I'm your host Naveen Samala, just a fellow professional on a mission to make the world a better place to live. And through the Guiding Voice, we drive conversations that matter, conversations that add value to your life and to your career. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we are pleased to welcome Divya Mehrotra for this episode.
Thank you so much for having me today on Guided Voice. It's a pleasure to be with you on the topic of mental wellness.
Absolutely thrilled. And this is one of my favorite topics, Divya. In fact, I have hosted 2 other guests also, but I wanted to cover some of the aspects which I haven't covered in the previous episodes. Before we get into the topic, probably can you share the top 3 things that have attributed to your success so far? Maybe you may refer to them as success mantra.
Yeah, so I would believe in 3 things, which is resilience, empathy, and the relationship. It is very important to be resilient. It is very important to be adaptable and flexible to situations which we are there and how resilient we are. Because the life will not be same for us always.
Yeah.
It is our behavior and attitude that defines our success and failure. Our actions define. Second is empathy. Empathy towards your colleagues, empathy towards your subordinates, empathy towards your surroundings where you live. So if you can feel their pain, then you can give the solution. That's the I believe in that. Third is the relationship. Because understanding the human is a very, very tough thing. And if you understand that, and if you go into a harmonious relationship, because I believe harmony doesn't exist. We have to create that. And if we can create that harmonious relationship, then we are there what we want to achieve. Because everything depends on the harmony of the relationship which we are leading to.
Wonderful.
So I attribute these 3 things to my success.
Right. So resilience, empathy, and relationship. I think these are essential and for anybody to succeed and live a peaceful and successful life as well. And now I'm really curious. Like you worked in the corporate sectors and currently you are into creative world. And what made you to get into this creative world? And also talk a bit about this Mandala art, which you are so super passionate about.
Yes. So I worked in corporate for 2 decades. It's almost 20 years I worked in corporate. So by profession, I'm an IT engineer, a software engineer. And everybody knows the life of a software engineer, sitting in a black screen and just coding the entire day, doing the logic of for loop, if loop, and all these codings and everything. So my life was like that only. So though I was a very creative child since my childhood, but my profession took me this black and white screen in the world. So, but the colors were filled with my 2 daughters and a lovely husband. That's where I am. So I kept trying some kind of drawing it here and there. But 2019 was a very tough phase for me because that time I lost my dad and I was emotionally very unstable. I was very, very, you can say, emotionally distorted, and I was not able to focus neither on my personal life nor on my own career and professional life. Somehow I got introduced to Mandala Art through my daughter. And so generally people say we are the role model for our career. I would say my daughter is giving me that hidden talent which was there and lying somewhere and hibernated somewhere. So she just gave me a spark. So I glued to that art, and somehow it was my morning, night meditation. I was completely like till midnight, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I used to do that. And through that art, I healed myself. I emotionally became very strong. I became very clear what I wanted in my life, because a lot of people get that midlife crisis, like we are there in the profession. So there is a huge difference between what I want to do it or what I like to do it. Like, I think the guiding voice is what you like to do it because that is your passion, that is going to give you the inner happiness.
Right.
But the corporate was, I want to do it, but though the money was there, but I was not happy from inside. So when I did that and I healed myself and I saw the deep impact, how we can heal. So I decided it's my duty to give back to society. I put down my papers, then I ventured into a mindfulness using mandala art. So now that's how my journey is. Now the second question is what this mandala art is.
Yeah.
So mandala is a very old form of ancient art. So earlier when there was no aeroplane, no nothing, the people used to travel on the foot, the Buddhism and all, they used to use Silk Route to go to different places, and they used to use this art mandala, which is made of two words, mandal and la. Mandal means mandal is a Sanskrit word which means circle, and la means container. So we are circle, we are a small dot in the entire universe, and the universe is containing us. So if you see mother's womb, your pupil, the sunflower, all the flowers inside, everything is in the form of circle. Even the atom, the smallest unit, is in the form of dot. That is circle. That gives us the continuity. So when we do mandala art in a rhythmic pattern, our mind goes into a resting mode. Otherwise, the whole day it's run with the lightning speed. Though our body is resting, our mind runs always. We need to give that rest to our mind so that mandala art does and help us to know ourselves better and deeper.
Yeah.
So it is a discovery of your inner self. So mandala, I always say, is a journey of discovering yourself better and deeper and the transforming yourself.
Nice.
That's the mandala art.
Nice. So you mentioned about this mandala art, and which seems to be quite interesting. And of late, during COVID, many people have started creating that, and the popularity has grew ever since last 2 to 3 years. And so far, how many mandala art pieces did you create, and would you like to share any of those pieces with our audience?
There is no count. This is uncountable. Yes, I would like to share a few of them because each art piece is taking good amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
That's there.
Super. And do we give any names to those patterns?
Yes. So this is a gate opening mandala. It's like a gate of your when you are blocking. See, in mandala, the center part is always you.
Okay.
And each circle around you is your relationship with the universe and the outer world. The day we born, we do not have a relationship. We just know our immediate family members. And each circle grows the relationship between us and the neighbors and the friends and the distant relationship and everything. And even how you draw these circles, how you draw these patterns, I observe them and tell you also what is happening in your life.
Right.
I do this reading also, mandala drawing reading, so which will tell you what is going wrong in your life, how can you transform that.
Very nice.
And this is mandala.
Yeah, while you are sharing that, just a note to people who are listening to the audio podcast, Divya is displaying some amazing mandala art, and if possible, switch to YouTube video to take a look at those beautiful masterpieces, I would say. So please continue, Divya.
Sure. This is a flower of life.
Wow.
Like seed is the origin of a new life, right? And then from seed the flower comes. Then from the flower the life comes, right? So this is a flower of life.
Wow.
Which is depicting the different phases of the petal's life. And
Marvelous.
This is the concept of yin and yang, the Japanese concept, the balance. So that's what we are maintaining, the balance in the life.
Wow.
The way the day is divided into 12 hours day, 12 hours night, similarly our work-life balance we call it. So this is a yin and yang concept.
Right.
And this is your life wheel. This is you. This is your first, and this is your last circle when you go into the senior citizenship. And there is a growth. There is no limitation. You just want to be free. So that's why there is no circle outside. You're just not limiting anything. So all these things are depicting that way.
Wow. This must be complex. And it looks like a 3D image, It looks like 3D. Yeah.
This is a broken illusion. How the illusion we create.
Oh,
so that's what. And then this is a black hole mandala. You can say everything is going inside. So again, this is a black hole because here again the balancing of yin and yang. And here, the entire negative energy you are absorbing, here you are emitting the positive energy.
Positive.
And you are going inside the tunnel. It's like a tunnel or a well when you go inside, or a staircase. When you
Yeah.
see a staircase from the top, it is like that. So
Mm.
again, it's your creativity how you want to imagine that.
Mhm. And Divya,
So
how
that,
much time does it take to create one piece?
so each, like, depends on that. Like, this piece took me
Mhm.
20 hours.
20 hours. Like, do you sit in phases or how does it work?
Yeah, I sit in phases. Sometimes I do not get up also. Sometimes I
Mm.
work till midnight, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. But it's so
Mm.
addictive, because what happens is we always live in a fear what will happen in the future,
Yeah.
or we always feel sad what happened in the past. But
Mm.
Mandala art gives you the feeling of being in the present moment.
Mhm.
Be the flower. If you say flower, FLOWER, if you break it, FLOW dash ER, you are a
Mm.
flower, right?
Flower.
So
Yeah. Mm.
Mandala arts gives you that feeling you are a flower right now. Flow
Mm.
with the, you're in the flow. So that's how the beauty is, because then your mind is not stressed.
Mm.
You're just enjoying what you're doing. You're just enjoying what you are. Like, I
Mhm.
can be a good mother, or you can be a good father, a good husband, good son. But
Yeah.
are you good as a human being? That's
Mm.
important. The first
Yeah.
question is, am I who Divya is?
Yeah.
And who I am? What is my purpose in the life? Right? That
Mm.
is a question you get that when you do these kind of mandala art pieces and designs.
Very nice. Beautiful.
So you can see this aspect.
I love each one of it. It's
So
so
this is very
amazing.
important to know. You can see this is a Taurus mandala. This is
Mm.
like everything is going inside.
I see.
This is very, very tough to draw, though it looks simple, just a filling part. But
Mm.
the kind of precision you need to do that, that
Oh,
is
I see.
really tough to achieve that.
And how long did it take for that?
So the drawing part, to be very frank, I couldn't achieve in the first go,
I see.
because our mental state has to be ready to do that.
Mm.
Right? Our mind is not ready to receive those energies and positive vibrations from the environment, because
Right.
we are not just a human being. We will turn into a vibrational human being because we achieve that vibration, and then we can
Mhm.
receive that, then we can draw that. So this is along, like, 20 hours to 25 hours to get that
Mm.
precision. But
Mhm.
skeleton is very important in filling up.
Mhm. And do you use pencil or pen?
I use both.
Okay.
So now after doing so many, I directly go jump into the pen.
I
But
see.
when I take the sessions I take sessions for the cancer patient, I take sessions for the hyperactive kids, I take sessions for the depression cases also. So it depends case to case how they want to do it. I give them liberty, because I say mandala is nothing but mirror image of your mental scenario, right?
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
you and your journey which you need to travel
Mhm.
with me.
Lovely. And so let's talk about the mindfulness aspect now. And I always ask this question to mindfulness coaches, and I'm really curious to understand different perspectives. And again, I'm repeating the same question which I asked my earlier guests also. And the question is, like, why we don't give much importance to mental fitness, okay, as much importance that we give to physical fitness.
I would give three reasons to that.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, lack of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
There is no much talk about the importance of mental health in the current scenario, especially in India. The
Okay.
way we give importance to physical health, right? Vaccination is given to the child the day the child is into the world, right? And then gradually, slowly, but we never give that importance to the mental wellness. So we do
Mm.
not aware of that.
Right.
We are even we are unaware of our own emotions,
Mm-hmm.
right? That is what, no talk, nothing. Still now that people are opening up, but awareness is much needed deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Second is stigma. People are scared of, if I will go and talk about, if I'll go to any psychiatrist and psychologist, oh, are you all right? These kind of stigma is there in the society.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are not talking about. So
Mm.
this mandala therapy helps you before doing all these things. So, and the
Nice.
third thing is, I will talk about the invisibility.
Mm.
Like, we have symptoms in physical illness. Bukhar hai, then if we have a fever, then we have body ache, we have a headache, and something like that. But in mental illness, we do not have any symptoms. The
Yeah.
invisibility factor is also very, very crucial. I say reason not about not having that much awareness into that field.
Mm. And how can somebody be aware of their mental fitness status, like if I may call it, uh, whether they are mentally fit or not? And are there any indications or patterns somebody can start noticing?
Yeah, if their energies, number one, if their energies are going down in the evening,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
right? If they are sleeping too much or they are sleeping very less,
mm-hmm,
right? And if they are not, they are getting agitated, irritated
mm-hmm.
without any reason,
I
without
see.
any reason. Small
Mm-hmm,
small things bothering them. Like for example, you are having some kind of uh, unpleasant scene, something in the office, right? And you are not able to discuss something, and then something happens next day, something happens next day. It will become like a volcano, and one day it will burst. And during that time, your behavior. So the first most thing is observe, observe, and observe your
mm-hmm,
responses. So when you observe your responses, then you will come to know ki where I am right now.
mm-hmm.
Suddenly, if you want to stay alone, you want to sit alone, these are the signs when it talks about you or not. Suddenly, your diet goes down, or you're eating too much, or you're eating very less. All these are sign of that ki you are not mentally fit.
I see. Yeah, I think those pointers are very important. And in case if any of the listeners or any of the viewers probably be watchful, especially the aspects Divya has mentioned, in case if your energy levels are coming down or if you are having problems with excessive sleep or insomnia, lack of sleep, right? Just be aware and try to adapt some practices, okay, which are going to help you being more mindful as well as you may get. I wish you get more and more fitness in terms of grow your mental fitness. That would be my pledge. And with that, let's move ahead, Divya, and talk about the importance of this mental fitness from the professional success point of view. Right? If you notice, people operate at different energy levels, different frequencies, right? Probably their mental fitness state may also be varying, right? So on that note, how important is mental fitness for somebody to achieve success professionally?
So I would say it is very, very important if we are mentally fit. So our overall performance, number two, productivity, and number three, which is the utmost crucial, is satisfaction. What we are doing it will
Mm-hmm.
increase tremendously. Because if we are not productive, we will not be happy. Or the project plan in the company will go haywire. People will not be able to fulfill in within the time period. So if we are mentally fit, we are able to understand the emotions of not only ours but as well as our team members and superiors, peers, and the subordinates, which is very crucial to for a team because nothing can work in a isolation. If you are in a
Mm-hmm.
team, you have to work together in a harmonious way. So if you're mentally fit, you can achieve that. Your productivity can increase. Number two, you will be more than happy what you are doing, rather, and you will take initiatives beyond your prescribed job profile, and
Mm-hmm.
that will help you have your better KRA and better performance, better salary increment, and quick promotions.
Great. Now let's switch and talk about the personal side of it. How does it help somebody personally?
Yeah. So as I said in the beginning, I give lot of importance to the relationship as one of the key factor of my success. So if we are mentally fit, so we
Mm-hmm.
our relationship with our partners, our kids, our parents, our friends will be very very good kind of thing, because we will not take that stress, will not take that anxiety and spill on them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
generally, what we do when we reach home, we spill everything on the family members, whether it's anxiety, stress, or whatever irritation is there. But if we are mentally fit, we are taking care of our mental wellness, this will not happen.
Mm-hmm.
And our relationship will improve better and better, because for sharing the information, it is not necessary to be irritated. We can
Yeah.
share our information, we can share our problems in a nicer way. But for that,
Mm-hmm.
we have to be emotionally stable. For that, we
Mm-hmm.
have to be mentally fit, and that home environment reflects your work environment. Everything is in a cohesive environment. If we are not happy in the home, will not be happy in the work front, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I think this is extremely helpful. And Divya, like you are currently on a noble mission to help people find balance in their lives through mindfulness practices as well as self reflection. And I'm really curious as well as keen to understand or get some quick, easy tips. Okay, so that our audience, whoever is watching or listening to this episode, can start practicing this mindfulness and so that they can also approach this self reflection. Are there any quick, easy ways of achieving this mindfulness?
Okay, yeah. So very small thing I would say you can do 2 times a day. This thing. One is the breathing, 5 times inhale and 5 times exhale. And each breathing, when you are inhaling, you can say that positive energy is going inside you with the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale slowly with the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what you need to do 5 times with your closed eyes. After that, visualize your day how you
Mhm.
want to. If you can, like for example, if we can do right now with you, if you can close your eyes and just visualize how you want your day to be, right? In terms of your work life, in terms of your suppose if you're on Saturday and Sunday, how you want to see your day to be passed,
Mm.
right? And what you want to do. Suppose I want to go out and watch a movie.
Mhm.
What kind of joy and happiness you are getting, visualize that,
Okay.
right? So when you visualize that, you will try to do that and you will not procrastinate. You will not linger on. So that is a
Mhm.
two quick things. Same thing you can do in the end of the day before sleep, right? If you have some goal to achieve in your life, like I want to get promotion, I want to have some good relationship with my friends, or some kind, I want to sort some kind of differences, visualize that when you are solving it, what
Mm.
kind of impact you're getting on yourself and on the relationship.
Mm.
Similarly, what impact you're getting on your professional life also.
Mhm.
So when you visualize with the help of these breathing exercises, this is very, very impactful. Second and very quick thing and impactful is take a paper, just do round doodling on that. Nothing. Whatever color pens, sketch pens, crayons you have in your home or office, color pens, or even not, if you have a pencil, just pick up a paper like this. You can have any paper, blank paper, and just doodling in a round manner.
Mm.
That way, you are just vomiting your stress. You are spilling out your stress and anxiety. After doing it for 1 minute, you will feel relaxed. These are the
Awesome.
techniques you can implement quickly wherever you are. Even if you're in the Uber cab, you can do that.
Nice, nice. I love them, and they don't need any investment as such, and you can
Yeah.
do with things that are handy. All you
Yes.
need is you have to get started. That's it.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Now let's move forward. And compassion is your guiding force, right? And how do you strive to empower others so that they can create positive change within themselves as well as people around them and the community?
So I tell people acceptance.
Hmm.
First, accept the way you are. Once you start accepting yourself, then you start loving yourself, because self love is the best love.
Hmm.
So when you love yourself, accept yourself, your energy or your vibration to accept others increases tremendously. You do not try to change, you do not try to find the fault or criticize others. So that is the first step of compassion is, so that's why I always tell all my participants, all my right now, all the viewers or listeners who are watching us and listening us, I would say start and accept yourself the way you are. Do
Hmm.
not try to change yourself, because when you try to change yourself, you will not have the power to accept that. Oh, I do not know that.
Hmm.
Then learning will not happen,
Yeah.
because you will always think, "Ki, I want to achieve that learning." So accept the way you are. Self love you is the best love, and then try to accept others the way they are.
Hmm. Super. And recently, I interviewed an entrepreneur from Telangana, and she's a social entrepreneur. And she brought in a very important point, saying that hey, for any individual, after earning a certain amount of money, right, it doesn't matter to them, and they still look for something else to attain more success, right? So it's so success is not something about how much money you make, right? And it's also about the difference you make in people's lives. In fact, I also strongly believe in that. We have to get money through the impact. Impact
Yes.
takes the precedence. So I'm also curious to understand from you. Share a bit about the impact that you have created, because you have been spreading all the good things about Mandala art and also educating people about mental wellness, mental fitness. So I would like to hear your perspective in terms of how many lives did you impact so far?
So it is very difficult to give you the count of how many lives have impacted, kind of thing. But yes, few you can say that I remember this when I was treating a cancer patient. She was going through a surgery, and she was very nervous. She was very conscious about how she will look after her breast surgery will be done and everything. And her parameters were also, she has to supposed to go to chemo every alternate day. It was very, very tough for her. So with this mandala therapy with her 10 days before and 10 days post surgery, when she was able to come to me, we did one-on-one session. And in her own words, when she was going inside the OT, there was
Mhm.
no thought in her. Her BP parameters, everything was normal. Everything was intact. Her surgery went very nicely and successful, kind of thing. And she was just calm and composed. Otherwise, her BP would have been like high, a lot of other things. And she was not. She was not worried about how she will look, what will happen to her. She was just be there in the present moment. That is one of the case. Second case, I remember there is a 65-year-old lady.
Mhm.
During COVID time, she lost her husband, and she has two children. The daughter stays in Germany. She gifted and she was going into like very lonely mode, depression mode, kind of thing.
Okay.
And her daughter gifted my session to her mom through. Then I took a one-on-one session with her. The first day she came, her hand was shivering. Like that's way,
Mm.
like
Mm.
65-year-old. But after the sessions of 15 days continuously with her smile made my day.
Absolutely.
So
Mm.
and she made so much of mandala with me, said beautiful mandalas, and the entire full smile was the best gift. I still remember how it was like that. That was their kind of thing. And recently, I have started a new program under my company umbrella, is to empower women when they can be financially independent,
Mm.
learn while earn while learn. So I feel very sad for the women who are staying in tier 2 tier 3 cities, or other women who have immense potential, but due to some kind of limitation they are not able to utilize that.
Mhm.
So I'm helping them. I'm running this program where they can learn mandala with me, and they can earn parallelly. So it's
Wow.
not they have. So that's why I'm helping them, hand holding them. So my motto is learn and earn parallelly. Do
Yeah.
not finish your learning and then earning. I'm there to help you. I'm there to help you, support you, walk with you. So in that batch, there are two women who are 65 plus year old.
Wow.
For a lot of women thinks ki life ends when we are 60. Now it's time for retirement. But see the zeal and enthusiasm in those women, life starts now. They
Yeah.
want to make their own niche. They want to make their own identity. They don't want to be identified as Mrs. of something and Mrs. of something. They want to known to be by their own name.
Mm.
And that is really inspiring to a lot of us. The age is just a number.
Mm. So one important aspect which you mentioned about this 65-year-old women getting inspired and getting out of that stressful situation, right? And as you pointed out, age is just a number, and we don't have to worry about whether you're 60, 65, or 70. Because it reminded me of my hiking experience last year. I've been to Phoenix in the United States to visit my brother, and I've seen older couple, like they're about 80 years of age, and they were hiking the mountain faster than me and my friend were able to do it. And I was super inspired by them. And likewise, if you see most of the Westerners, they don't think about age at all, and they still
Right.
go and have that particular urge to fulfill their bucket list and try to take on more and more challenges. And I've also seen many old couples, like above 70 years of age, they go on bike rides that do long distance, covering multiple states, right? So it
Right.
is time for us also start thinking differently, and just age
Sure.
is just a
Yes,
number, right?
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Fabulous conversation, Divya. Let's add some spice to the episode so that our
Okay.
audience will get to know the other side of Divya Mehrotra. Shall we get started?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So here comes my first question. If you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
Fly high and catch your dreams.
Fly high and catch your dreams. So powerful. And what is the first thing that you observe when you come across someone?
The smile on their face.
Smile on their face. Yeah, it's an inexpensive way to improve their face, right? Improve their looks and also their warmth.
It shows how happy they are from the inner
Right.
side of them.
Yeah.
But
That
external beauty doesn't matter how the internal beauty matters.
absolutely. Yeah, that's a great dimension that you have added. And can you describe yourself in just one word?
Passionpreneur.
Passion pinner. And what is the weirdest thing that you have ever eaten?
I have never tried because I'm very choosy in my food. I'm a pure vegetarian and I'm very choosy.
Okay, and no worries, fair enough. Let's move to the next question. Is there any secret that you would like to share with our audience, which you haven't shared in public forum so far?
It's nothing. I have, as such, quite there is no secret, and life is full of secret which we are solving every day, day by day. It's not. So that's what this is a maze. Life is a maze which we are just going inside and solving it,
Like,
and that's a
okay.
fun part.
Mhm,
That's a
mhm.
fun part.
Sure, sure. And last one for the rapid fire, one of my personal favorites. What is one electronic gadget that you like to see or invent yourself, Divya?
I want to use time travel and go back to the history of our culture. I want to
Mhm.
experience that.
Wonderful, and good luck on that. I'm sure time machine and time travel is going to be a reality for soon because I'm seeing lot of wishes coming from at least more than 50% of the guests on TGV for sure.
Okay.
Okay, great. Now let's flip back to the mainstream, and here is my next question: what will be your key message to our audience, the TGV community?
I would say to the people is please do not ignore your mental wellness. It is
Mm-hmm.
equally or even more important than your physical wellness. Because as my doctor says, right, the four things. First thing is stress to get rid of any ailment, whether it's physical or something. There are four steps. One is the stress should not be there. Second is the mindful habit of eating. Third is exercise. Fourth is medicines. Medicine alone cannot take away your physical ailment. Like diabetes, if you have, for example, with only with the help of medicine, you can
Mm-hmm.
control it, but you cannot eradicate or review or remove it. For
Right.
that, you have to walk, you have to be not to be stressed. So please give equal and more important to your mental wellness. Do some kind of meditation every day. Do some journaling. So do some reflection of your thoughts. That's the key to success in your life.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. I love the message, and thank you for sharing such a beautiful message. And Divya, how has been your experience being hosted on the Guiding Voice?
I enjoyed it. I really loved it. And your rapid fire questions was good. And so that was really fun part. So because a lot of serious talks can break that, that is very much required. So it was lovely to be a part of this session or
Wonderful.
this conversation.
And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed, and at the same time, it was also an enriching conversation with full of insights, that were actionable insights. And thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time and
And I
all
wish
the
through
message.
you,
Yeah,
I thank you so much. And I wish through you and your platform, if we can spread the awareness about mental wellness and mindfulness, it's nothing like that.
absolutely. And here is a appeal to all the audience and guys, please be aware of your mental state at any point in time and be mentally fit, be physically fit, and don't ignore mental fitness. It is equally important as physical fitness. And I wish everybody a very happy life full of physical and mental fitness. All right.
Yeah.
So, on that note, before we move into the trivia section, here is a request to you. In case if you haven't subscribed to us, please subscribe from the app where you have tuned in from. Also, if you have loved this episode and found the conversation useful, request you to share with at least 3 of your friends or colleagues who can benefit from the guiding voice. Thank you so much in advance. Now, let's hop into the trivia segment of today's episode. So, today, Divya had covered a lot of aspects of mindfulness and mandala art. I would like to present you a few lesser known facts about mandala art. So, the origins of mandala art are unclear, but it is believed to have been used in spiritual and religious practices for thousands of years. And in some cultures, mandalas are created as temporary designs made from sand or other materials and are then destroyed as a symbol of impermanence and the impermanence of all things. And some artists use a compass and ruler to create precise symmetrical mandalas, while others prefer a more free form approach. And as Divya has mentioned, mandalas can be used as a tool for therapy and healing, with some therapists using them to help patients process difficult emotions or traumatic experiences. And here comes a question to you all. So, how are you practicing mindfulness? What methodology are you using, or are you engaged in some form of art or craft work? Do let me know. Or if you are engaging any other practices, do let me know. I would like to listen from you and share it with rest of the world. So looking forward to your comments. And folks, that was the episode for today. And thank you so much for joining me. And do not forget to share your topic recommendations as well as guest speaker suggestions through social media, or you can email me at theguidingvoiceforyou@gmail.com. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, just a fellow professional and a passionate learner on a mission to make the world a better place to live through conversations that matter and conversations that add value to your life and to your career. Until next time, bye-bye. See you all in the next episode with another wonderful guest. Take care, guys.